Well, since you were last here, we've had a bit of a change of fortunes. Things aren't looking quite so bad now. They're still looking a little bit dire, but we're not bottom of the table. We're not in the relegation zone. Things are looking up. Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco. Today, two games coming up for you. We're away to Bristol Rovers before being home to Peterborough United. Two really big games in the grand scheme of things, to be fair, and both teams that actually I think we could win games against. Since you're last here then, you won't believe me, but we've not lost a league game, which I think is absolutely phenomenal since you've not been here. It's not been great. Most of them have been draws or a 1-0 win, so don't get your hopes up too much. But if we look at the schedule then to see what's happened in the past couple of games, you were last here when we lost to Northampton 1-0, but drew. In fact, we beat MK Dons 2-1, a late goal there from Thierry Ambrose to seal the win, of course, if you remember, because you obviously watched last episode. After that, a 2-2 draw with Scunthorpe. We were 2-0 down, and then in the 79th minute, Billy Knott pulled one back in before Matt Green, who came on as a substitute, scored one in the 84th minute to bring it to 2-2 at home there. So that was a decent result there. I was really pleased with the way the boys came back there, very late on as well. We left it late, but at least we got the point from the game. That was really nice to see. We then played Wigan, again at 0-0 draw, not too bad, but at least we shut them out, and we didn't create too many chances ourselves. I think we may have been a bit outplayed this game. We're definitely outplaying the Scunthorpe game, I think. Wigan game, actually much closer. Shots on target for us not very good, but in terms of possession and shots, it was quite even. We then had a great 1-0 win against Luton. These two 1-0 wins you see here, we've left them very, very late. Danny Rose scoring in the 87th minute, breaking down Luton's defence very, very late on. But this was a game I think we were ahead in. We were better in this game than Luton. In everything, basically. So we deserved the win. I'm glad we got the 3 points there. You know, it sort of reflects the way we've been playing. Southend, a 1-1 draw. I think it was, again, a very even game. A lot of these games are quite even. And I think in these first few games, we just didn't get much look at all, despite the even, nature of these games. We've sort of cut out these defensive mistakes now, which were costing us. Despite conceding a very late goal there to Southend, the draw was probably the correct result there. We then lost 4-2 to Nottingham Forest in the Checker Trade Trophy group match, but we're not too fussed about that. It's only Checker Trade Trophy, isn't it? We sort of used that to get some bodies out there and get some match sharpness and things like that. So we don't care about that too much. But then we came and beat Doncaster 1-0 with Elliot Whitehouse scoring in the 93rd minute to secure the 1-0 win there, which boosted up the table. And so that means we're actually doing fairly well in the league in terms for where we should be, I suppose. The media have always said we're going to come bottom of the table, but currently we're sitting around 15th so far, which I think is fairly nice. 16 points, minus 1 goal difference. That's fairly standard. 4 wins, 4 draws, 4 losses. I mean, I don't think you can ask for much more averageness there, I don't think. And if I'm being honest, average is fine by me. If, it means survival and we've got a platform to build on, average this season is absolutely fine with me. At the same time, though, we're only 6 points off the playoffs after 12 games, so it's not actually that bad, is it, I suppose? In terms of the dynamics, though, last episode, if you remember, Alex Woodyard came forward saying that the dressing room atmosphere was very, very poor. Since then, it has gone up, so that's nice to see. It was dramatically down there. It's now in the green, and no one agrees with Alex anymore, so that's nice to see. Danny Rose still wants a chance in the first team. He still gets it a little every now and again, but he's not really a starter for us. Managerial support at a nearly all-time high, to be fair, all green things there, so that's nice to see. Match cohesion is getting there. We're getting there with it. We're starting to build some more links in the squad now. We still not really decided on a formation yet. We'll go through formations and stuff now. Currently, this is the one that's been working for us, but when we've used it, we've switched to wingers as well, and the wingers have worked just fine. Sometimes we move McCasey into middle and swap him out with a midfielder. He's actually quite good at midfield, so there's sort of 3 formations that we use for Diamond, the 3 in the middle and wingers as well, and they all seem to be working fairly well. Nothing seems to be killer yet, but we don't need it to be killer right now. We just need to sort of work. There's still potentially a little bit of issue in social groupings, but I'm sure give things a little bit more time. These new players will eventually get into social groups and things like that. End of the season, it'll be like last season. Everyone's going to be in the core social group again, like it was last season. So that'll be nice. Goalkeeping situation then, I've literally just given it to Ted Smith, I think. I keep meaning to swap him around a little bit with Joe Lumley, but it is literally just Ted Smith these past couple of games. Saying that, it says he's only got four games played here. Doncaster, Forest, Southend, Luton. Let's go and find Lumley, wherever he is. He's on here somewhere. There's Lumley. If we look at his recent form as well, unused substitute in just about every game so far. So I need to swap them around a little bit because they're both League One quality goalkeepers. They've both got potential in the Championship, so rotation is key. So kick-off now is upon us. Bristol Rovers being very nice and letting us have the kick-off. because we're away side. So obviously it's very nice and polite for them to let us have the kick-off. First highlight comes a minute into this game with Joe Lumley showing his distribution, which isn't very good because we lost possession of the ball there, which isn't great. Bristol Rovers now with a chance to come forward very, very early on in this game. I've got bad feelings about this already as they come forward. Serakum with so much space. The shot was blocked and the cross actually was rubbish, but hopefully that's what the highlight was for rather than anything else, unless it's a goal for us, of course, at the other end of the pitch. Lumley now clears his lines once again. And once again, his distribution, very, very poor. And Bristol Rovers with a chance to come forward. McCasey, though, makes an interception now, and our Byers can just not do anything. You know, he had a chance to put the ball forward through to Barnes, but nothing really happened. Whitehouse puts the ball through to Garmson, who manages to keep it on, puts it in the middle towards Pogba, and Pogba has gone and made it 1-0 to us within 2 minutes of this game starting. Fantastic stuff. Well, boys, we are off to an absolute flyer in this game. Where does that put us in the table, actually? I mean, obviously it's very early on, but if results stay like this, it moves us up to 11th. Pogba on the ball once again, then the goal scorer. It puts it through to Whitehouse. If Whitehouse could get a ball out to Garmson at left-hand side, that would have been great, but he's not. He's lost possession now, and Garmson has to do a lot of work to get back on that left-hand side. I'm about to say right-hand side, left-hand side. He wins the ball, though, which is great. He's done his job, but his ball forward was rubbish, and now he's got the work to do all over again. The ball's been spread out to that left-hand side, and how's that gone in? How has that gone in? By the look of things, Lumley just pushed it onto the post. And this is what I mean. I'm now asking myself, would Ted Smith have saved that if he was in goal? And I'm thinking he probably would have done. So, I've already made a mistake today by bringing Lumley on. That's not good at all. Bennett on the ball for Bristol Rovers now as they come forward once again. McCasey makes a great tackle there. I thought it was going to be a foul there, but it wasn't. So it clears the lines, but only as far as Brown, and they can come straight back at us. The distribution of our clearances and things like that is just rubbish. We need to work on that a lot. McCasey... So I said to you before that individual errors have gone, but we've just literally seen 2 individual errors there. McCasey loses the ball in a crucial place, and Lumley just pushes the ball into his own net. And this is the thing, we don't deserve to be 2-1 down. It deserves to be 1-0 up, but because of these individual errors that are causing pain to me right now, we're just not doing well. Whitehouse, though, wins the ball off the end of Pogba's header. Whitehouse's shot, saved by the goalkeeper, but at least he's having a shot. You know, there's nothing else he could really do there, I suppose. This is just that the free kick comes into the air. It's cleared away quite far, only as far as Clark, though, so they can come right back at us. Bowden on the ball. We're all over the place, really. Look at us. We're all over the place. We're all in the area, giving them so much space. Lockyer on the ball now. Again, they're still coming back. We just can't get rid of it clearly and easily. And now Bennett... Lumley is so lucky that hit the post, because if it didn't, he would have been the issue there with 2 goals. Why did I decide to bring Lumley on this game? What possessed me to do that? Ted Smith's been brilliant. He kept a clean sheet last game, for God's sake. Why did I take him off? Another highlight now for Bristol Rovers as they come forward. Bowden on the ball once again. Bennett and Bowden just really linking up well. And luckily, their man, who had so much space in the middle there, couldn't put the ball on target, put it way over the bar instead. That was lucky for us. Right. In terms of shots, we're not doing that great. But other than that, I think it's been a fairly even game. We've just been unlucky, conceding 2 really, really stupid goals, basically. We'll hand over to the assistant for this, see what he has to say. Everyone's reacted quite well. Now, we're going to make some changes, I think. McCasey has not played well at all. He's made a mistake. We're going to move him up to the midfield, but take him off, bring Danny Rose on instead. And maybe that might give us a little bit more in the midfield, perhaps. A little more to come forward with. I don't know. We've got to try something, haven't we? We'll move it to control as well. I moved down to standard, but control, I think, is the way to go. None of the front 3 are particularly playing that well. I mean, Pogba scored a goal, but it's only on a 6.9. So if he hadn't scored that goal, he'd be on a rubbish rating right now. That throw in there, like, how has it not gone to our man? All he has to do is just throw it to the feet of our man, and he's not been able to do that as well. I'm getting annoyed at these little errors now that are just creeping into the side. These little errors. I mean, my goodness gracious me. 16, who's that? Bostwick. He just backed off his man. He absolutely backed off his man there. All 3 goals are due to 3 mistakes right now. I bet a 4th one's coming now as they come forward. Oh my goodness. What did Lumley do there? He just stood there. This is really pissing me off now. I mean, in my eyes, if we didn't make any mistakes this game, we'd be 1-0 up. But no, all of their goals have come from individual mistakes from players. And I bet another one's coming now. Lumley's going to like accidentally turn around, kick it into his own net or something stupid like that. Or he's going to stand there and that guy's going to come forward and get it. What's he doing? We're fucking 4-1 down. Just do something. Oh, there. Brilliant. What an absolutely rubbish distribution that was. He goes straight to their guy. They're coming back now. Raggett can't get a tackle in, and he's way out of position as well. Bowden, so much room on that left-hand side. And there we go, Nichols. We are all over the place this game. This is not the side that have been doing really well recently. This is a side that looks so poor. And you know what the most frustrating thing is? The stats even aren't that bad. It doesn't even look like they should be beating us 5-1. Like 50-50 possession basically. They've had slightly more shots. Shots on target very similar, things like that. It's hacking me off now. Oh yeah, here comes Bennett again on the edge of the area. Go on, get another one. Lumley actually makes a save. Lumley is never starting the game again for us after this performance. He has been crap. Ambrose on the ball. Gets himself tackled, obviously, because we're not going to have highlight come to us, are we? Bowden, oh my... How have we let Bennett through like that? How do I do like a team talk that's... I'm not angry, I'm disappointed. That's what I want to do. I'm not angry, I'm disappointed. If I say it calmly, far from pleased, does that count? No, we've got to go aggressive. I'm far from pleased with that result. Bloody Raggett looks demotivated by that. I mean, this is beyond me. Absolutely beyond me. How can you be demotivated by me going, you haven't played very well, after we've just lost 6-1? Him being a cornerstone in some of their goals being... Man. Don't worry though, we've got a new goalkeeper coach coming in who's going to absolutely change everything around for us. We're not going to lose in any more games now because we've got a goalkeeper coach coming in. So, brilliant. On the plus side, Peterborough United are 24th in the league. So, that has to mean something. We have to be able to beat Peterborough maybe. I don't know. Oh, I like that. Lincoln players are personally refunding supporters who bought tickets for the 6-1 defeat. £8,000 they're repaying to the fans. And to be fair, they should do because that was absolutely atrocious. Really did not play well at all. Don't worry though, Lumley has improved the football over the past 3 months. 3 months ago, he would have conceded 8, maybe, not 6. So that's a positive, isn't it? Jeez. Oh, old Jose Mourinho's not happy with me because I'm not playing Milan bars enough. Don't worry, I'm going to start playing. Let's have a chat with Mourinho, shall we? I'll get him the first team footballing merits soon because if we're playing like that in that last game of that formation, we're going to play wingers next game, definitely. Right, well, a drastic change of formation then. It's not actually that drastic. We're just moving a striker out wide and then attacking midfielder out wide. That's the only change, actually, really, if you think about it. But we're playing Peterborough at home. We're bottom of the table. So we go back to control. I'm even tempted to go attacking, actually, off the bat. Just go attacking. Foulds, Raggett, Bostwick and Mills on the back line. Ted Smith obviously back in goal because Lumley's not going anywhere near there again. I might bring Dickey on, actually, maybe, as that defensive fullback on that side because, you know, Mills was there last game and was part of a defensive conceded 6. So Dickey can have a run out, actually. Rose is at CDM with Woodyard and Byers in the middle. Milan bars, Harry Anderson out wide and Ambrose starting up front on his own today. Well, this can't go much worse than last time, can it? I mean, if it does, Jesus Christ, we have an issue here on our hands. But I thoroughly believe that things will get better now as we start to come forward in this game. I mean, they're bottom of the table for a reason, surely. So a win is surely due to us here now. I mean, the first highlight of the game, it's taken its while to get here, but it's going towards Peterborough, although Harry Anderson makes a nice interception then, puts it all towards Ambrose. This new look front three right now, because obviously we changed it from last game, not episode. It's all completely different now. Anderson puts the ball into the middle, bars, nearly there, but Woodyard, absolutely skies it. He's not a striker, so I can't be too cross with him, but you would have thought he could just keep that down and get it in the back of the net, surely. All right, Foulds on the ball then, at the back. Punts it all the way up to Ambrose, who actually gets there. Jesus Christ. That was actually a very nice goal, to be fair. Just simple Route 1 stuff, but it has somehow worked. And for whatever reason, it's put into 13th. 13th. Somehow we still could finish 13th in this game, despite losing 6-1 last game. Anderson's ball into the area, cleared away by Baldwin. Woodyard shot once again. Not a very good one. Just stop taking shots, mate. We know you're not very good at them. You've displayed that twice in this game now, so just pass it to someone else, please. Byers on the ball, though, as that deep line playmaker. Surely he's trying to pull the strings today. Harry Anderson, another chance to put a ball into the middle. It ended up being more of a shot, and actually I think it was on target, but the goalkeeper collects it. And his distribution is good compared to, you know, the stuff we're used to usually with our keepers. Inman on the ball then, plays it back towards Forrester, and back to Inman. Inman through to Marseillaise. Marseillaise' shot. Almost as bad as Woodyard's, but I think it was slightly close to being on target, actually. So I'll give him that. He was slightly better. Edwards on the ball then. Back to Forster, back to Inman. Inman out to Bocker. I can feel a goal coming. It's almost miscommunication there between Bostwick and Raggett. They need to sort themselves out because they were poor last game, and I've given them another chance today. But we've got other defenders there who will slot in if they don't work well. Anderson, though, sprinting down that right-hand side, puts it into Ambrose, and Ambrose scores his second of the game to make it 2-0 to us. And this is a complete turnaround, isn't it? An absolute complete turnaround from last game. And I think from here on in, wingers is probably the way to go until it doesn't work in like 3 games' time and decide wingers aren't the thing for us to play. I can't settle on a formation really, but right now, as Bostwick comes very close again, this is working better than what we did last game, so surely it's got to be this. Oh, and Anderson just picked up a knock as well, which is honestly heartbreaking after the way he's played. I mean, he's actually played that well, a 6.8, but he's done a lot of running down that right-hand side, which I thoroughly appreciate from him. I reckon Barnes can play on that right-hand side, actually, so I think we'll swap him over at half-time just to be on the safe side. But a much better showing this game. It's maybe a little bit more happy. We'll go calmly. Happy with the way things are going. Keep it up. Everyone's happy with that. We will go to tactics, though. Ambrose or Barnes can play on that right-hand side. I just can't remember which one can. Barnes can sort of play there as an inside forward. Can Ambrose go there and play even better? Ambrose actually can play a bit better there. We'll put him as a winger on support. Barnes can go then as an advanced forward. And maybe that might be the way to go. The first highlight of the second half looks like it's coming towards us. Ambrose picks the ball up from the throw-in. Can he get it across the way? He gets it into the area. It goes straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. I was literally about to say that we've had no highlights in the second half yet, and I was happy with that because the less highlights means the less chances that Peterborough have to score and get back in this game. Now, Barnes coming forward doesn't quite get there. I thought he was going to take the keeper on there, but he hasn't. Bostwick gets it right back then. We can build from the back once again. Milan Barnes now, not seen too much from him in this game so far, but hopefully he can get himself into it now as he loses the ball completely. So he's not got himself back into this game, even into the game in the first place. Ambrose, though, cuts inside, plays to Woodyard. Woodyard through to Barnes. Barnes makes it 3-0. Alex Woodyard. That is why you don't shoot, mate. Pass it off and you get assists. You're much better at assists than you are shooting, so just stop having shots. Barnes, though, gets himself on the score sheet then. Ambrose must be on 7 goals this season now, I think, for us. Barnes can't be that far behind, I don't think. A triple change there by Peterborough. At least I think it was a triple change. They've now trying to get everything back into this game. They've actually got themselves back into this game. That triple substitution clearly did work, but they've just got one back. Luckily, though, we've scored 3 in this game already, so I'm pretty confident in saying that they're not going to score another 3. We'll make a few more changes. Woodyard can come off for Elliot Whitehouse, give him a little bit of a run in the midfield there. And Rags is looking tired. Oh, that's the issue. I didn't put any actual central defenders on the bench. Rob Dickey can go in the middle. He's played fairly well. I'll trust him there, and we can take him off. And it's Garmston on the bench, not the other guy we need. Okay, we're not making any changes at the back. We're going to leave that as it is. I mean, what a turnaround compared to last game. We've dominated Peterborough this game, and I know they are bottom of the table, but Bristol Rovers were below us as well, so you would have thought we'd have beaten them. But a real contrast today. I'm really not sure what went wrong in the Bristol Rovers game. Honestly, I have no idea why we did so badly there, because we've been so consistent before that. Not just consistent in not avoiding defeat. Obviously, we only lost the cup game, but we'd be consistent with our scorelines. They were either like goalless draws or like 1-1 draws, or we'd won 1-0, things like that. To then suddenly concede 6 was very, very unusual, I think. But we've come back now, scored 3, conceded 1. We've won the game. Let's see where that puts us in the league. Oh, we'll say calmly, well done, lads. That was a good win for us. We'll take that. But they are bottom of the table, so it was a given that we'd sort of win it. So you'd hope it would be. The table then puts us up to 15th after that. So I think, have we even changed? I think we may even start with the episode in 15th. I can't quite remember now. Bristol Rovers are ahead of us, purely because of the goal difference. And I wonder why we've got -4 and they've got +1. Anderson's out for a couple of days, but that's not too bad, actually. We'll stick with the wingers for now, I think, but Anderson will have to have a little rest before he's back in action, I think. Right, well, thank you very much for watching today's episode. Make sure you drop a like on the video. Remember, we've got a likes target again of 60 likes this week for the bonus episode at the weekend. So make sure you get liking to make sure you get that bonus episode. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here as well, because that really helps as well, obviously, because the whole aim of this is to sort of get more subscribers and things. So I don't know why that wouldn't help me. Either way, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.